Hey everyone, Joe Jacobi here. Go to greentv.com. Today's report brought to you by Southern Hearth and Patio on the web at southernhearth.com. And today we are talking about conservation, land development communities, and who better to talk to than Chris Moore, who made that a reality here at Long Branch on top of Lookout Mountain.
So I was certainly a reluctant developer. I was involved in land conservation through voluntary nonprofit organizations, and what happened here was I was on the advisory board of the Little Lake Land Trust, which owns property all around here. And this piece of property was contiguous with land trust property and came up for sale because of an estate settlement. And it would have been a jewel for a traditional development, I guess you'd say. And so I really partnered with the Little Lake Land Trust in saying, look, if we can come up with guidelines that would form a conservation easement to be our guide, I would be willing to back into being a developer, and with the major emphasis being on land preservation and doing it in such a way that it will sustain itself financially. So that's how really Long Branch came to be. In the past, land preservation has been done primarily by two different segments: by government agencies seeing the need to protect land for its citizens, and by nonprofit agencies that go out and devote their mission to protecting valuable pieces of land, either whether it's for viewshed purposes or whether it's for habitat protection or other reasons. And traditionally, those organizations have to, year after year, go to the more affluent segments of society and raise money, and it's a never-ending process. And that's where my background is being a ardent supporter of the Nature Conservancy and other organizations like that. But somehow in the process years ago, it dawned on me that we just can't do this forever. That in the end, it really comes down to helping people learn how to live with the land and learn how to live on the land without using up the land. And I think this is an experiment in that regard, to have people buy into a concept where they become the 20 homeowners here all have become and will become stewards of this land, and this is their 400 acres to take care of forever. When you live in this kind of environment, what does it mean for those that live here, and how do you adapt, and how do you really make use of the land? And what we've found and actually anticipated was that this is such an awesome place for kids to grow up, because they have the woods around them in a kind of controlled setting, but we added amenities that make it such that they have a lot of what you would have in other traditional neighborhoods. We built a village green for everyone to be able to play their soccer games and frisbee and touch football and wiffle ball and all that sort of thing, and to have a gathering place in that regard. And the other thing that does is it takes pressure off of each of these individual homeowners to feel the need to build their own front yard. This is in the center of the whole development. Every single home site is within walking distance of this place, through trails, through the woods. And it's also juxtaposed up against another swimming lake that we have here, with a rope swing and a tree house that hangs over the lake, and a place for them to swim and boat and all those sort of things. Camp's father and Bobby's father designed this house, and by the nature of how it sits here, this porch right out here, the view will never change from this. That's all protected property of Long Branch. It's in a way, it's just brought the woods right into your house. This great little bluff right here that these guys get to explore and build forts in, and maybe
Find arrowheads.
find arrowheads and have rope ladders going up and down on them someday and all that sort of thing. He backed this house up as close to this little bluff as it possibly can be, knowing, unlike the way people put houses on bluffs that are in everybody else's view sheds, here it's not in anybody else's view shed. It just molds right into the woods here. And
It's so cool what developers can do with a little planning and a little bit of forethought. Here at Long Branch, they've been able to preserve a huge chunk of land while giving their residents an incredible place to live. If you'd like to learn more about Long Branch, you can find them on the web at longbranchpreserve.com. Thanks for tuning in. Chattanooga's Green Story continues right here at goldtogreentv.com.